You, the supposed victim, speak language B. And the languages are not mutually intelligible. They are discrete. You can't really speak the other person's language, and he also can't speak your language. Then you now find yourself in a dark corner, approaching each other. Something tells you, don't go further. That man is going to kill you. What makes you translate the man's intention to killing? And why not embracing? Why not hugging? But killing. And suddenly, you stop. And the next thing, you take to your heels and start running away. And true to your expectation, he runs after you. Don't you think there is something in between that spot, between A and B, transferring the message to each other? That needs to be investigated. These are some of the things I research into. Silences. Now, how could that bring food to my table? If I want to work with the teachings of Professor Katampe, as he did yesterday, that's a skill I have. Then how does it become something that can help community? There comes collaboration. I have to collaborate with people who depend on text to discover meanings, intentions in communication. That I can work with lawyers, I can work with judicial, I can work with the department of the police that deals with detecting the unsaid said. Cues. So, another thing my area likes to investigate is, why do people enjoy lies? Without being prejudicial here, we can ask, why do women tell lies more than men? I'm sure women will react now. They say, no, men tell lies more. Am I correct? If you believe men tell lies more, raise up your hands. They are born liars. Do you have evidence for that claim? Ah. So anything you say that has no evidence is outside the realm of research. That's creative imagination. You might be a writer of literary texts, but even at that, your writing of literary texts must also give us clues to your dependence on some background information that is evidential of your belief system, so we can trace whatever thing you say to a particular community, an experience, and then your willingness to expose these ideas. That is to say that it is not just enough to say more than a man, or a man lies more than a woman. We need to have the context that determines the lie. That is why those who work in literature will tell you that they study fiction, and fiction is a truthful lie. They tell lies that reflect human experiences, and they end up saying it is the truthful lie. Now, let me take you to philosophy. Still on the question of lie. The difference between a lie, or what is a lie, and what is falsehood. It's a lie. No, it's false. Can you see that we can, that a lie is in opposite direction, the meaning of what is false? Now, what is true? And then what is untrue? So when you come to us discourse analysts, we have numerous tools to help you unwrap many of these things. And that helps us to handle a whole lot of things about life. Many of you are wondering what the director just whispered to me. You are curious to know. So you research too. Curiosity is also acceptable. How many of you are curious? It's on the basis of curiosity that journalists, once they know people are curious to know what is happening in town, they erect a structure called journalism or a career called journalism. Let's go tell these people what is not of their concern, but we tell it in such a way that they see it as what they would like to hear about. I just decided to take you from yesterday to today. Are we on Thursday now? So let's the business of the day. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm humbled.
There are theories that this is general. We will meet most of them in the subsections. There are theories that address the capacity to maintain something over time. This one guides how to balance economic development with environmental protection and social equity. Focus is on the interplay between natural, social, and economic systems, the long-term viability of human societies, as well as ethical consideration for the resource you are using. What are these theories? I'm not going to go into the details because it will take our time. So we have some of them I listed here. Extinction avoidance theory. If you want to have a sustainable development, this theory says you should try to avoid extinction of resources. Theory of environmental sustainability, stakeholders theory, resource resilient world theory, strong sustainability theory. This one emphasizes the preference for you to use uh, resources that are as good as natural instead of relying on the man-made capital. That's the strong sustainability theory. Then the weak sustainability theory prefers, all those GMOs, preferred substituting man-made for natural capital. Then we have the corporate sustainability theory. All this with businesses. It's business oriented. So they are incorporating sustainability principles into business operations. We have the green economics theory. This concerns agriculture very well. Interconnectedness of the economy and the environment, promoting sustainable economic growth while protecting natural resources. Then we have the systems theory. We have the okay, let me see. The systems theory also regards sustainability as a complex interplay of different parts, emphasizing importance of understanding how different components of a system interact and influence each other, such as the complex changes, the climate change, resource management, and all that. And we are talking about collaboration, the quadruple helix, talking about every side collaborating to achieve something. These theories are not in a vacuum. They rest on on pillars. So we have pillars of sustainability. What are they? They are in three groups: environmental, social, and economic. And they represent the interconnected aspects must be considered to achieve a sustainable future where development meets present needs without compromising future generations' ability to meet their own needs. So we have the economic pillars, we have the environmental pillars, we also have the social pillars. I want to just move fast. For the economic pillars, it deals with the creation of a stable and prosperous economy so that can support both present and future generations, promoting responsible economic growth, innovation, resource management, and long-term viability of economic systems. These pillars are interconnected. They're interconnected, and sustainable development requires a holistic approach that balances these three to create just, prosperous, and environmentally sound future. We all need a sound future. So we can see the interplay between the three pillars. Where all three are present, of course, you have a sustainable food system. That's part of collaboration. Then we have seen the general sustainability. Let's come home now. Even the MC was trying to revise what we did yesterday. Some of those things that they told us yesterday are what we carry forward and make them specific now to a sector, which is agriculture today. For us to get sustainable agriculture, we have to carry forward all the points we were taught. If you have translational research or cyber security and all that, and the beautiful address given by the keynote person, auntie, that gave us yesterday, all towards achieving something sustainable. Now we are applying them to agriculture. So let's go. What is sustainable agriculture? We've done a general overview of sustainability. Now we want to come down to each of them. Sustainable agriculture is the bedrock of a sustainable food system. Remember, I said our goal, if you are doing, whether it's research or a project we are doing, if you don't have a goal, you are going nowhere. It is the goal that will guide you to know whether you are on track. Our goal is sustainable. Sustainable agriculture is concerned with methods and practices employed to produce food and fiber for the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own food and fiber needs. Sustainable agriculture focuses on production practices. So, our MC that wants to be a farmer, you've got to learn our production practices so that you can be a successful farmer. So, sustainable agriculture focuses on production practices that balance food production with environmental protection. That you are producing food doesn't mean you should destroy the environment. That's the essence of sustainable agriculture. So, is to balance food production with environmental protection, resource conservation, and social equity. What does it focus on? It focuses on use of organic fertilizer, not inorganic that will give us cancer. Water conservation, sustainable agriculture. We have crop rotation. I've named them before. I should have told you at the beginning that these things they intercept themselves. So you may see one point occurring in more than two places because they work together. So water management, soil conservation, agroforestry, agroecology, and adequate livestock practices, which was said before. What are those key livestock practices? What are they? The key livestock practices include choosing breeds suited to local conditions. If you bring a breed that will not survive in that environment, it will not survive. So you choose breeds suited to local conditions, then balanced nutrition for the animals. Then you have effective, environmentally friendly feeding practices that consider the fate of crop producers. So if you go into ranching, it will give you a very convenient system. Then good health management, regular vaccination, and rotational grazing. So all this what we are discussing are under the theories, and these theories are under frameworks. So sustainable agriculture framework is a structured approach to integrate environmental, social, and economic sustainability into agricultural practices. It moves beyond simply maximizing yield. Most of our research is how we will increase yield, increase yield, increase yield. It's beyond that. It moves beyond increasing yield to a broader range of outcomes, including the long-term health of ecosystems and the well-being of the farming communities. These frameworks can be adapted and tailored to specific regional contexts and agricultural system, and they revolve around the environmental stability, economic viability, and social considerations. Then resource efficiency, community participation, like I said before, carry your community along. The long-term perspective, sustainable agriculture is not just about now. It has to be a long-term thing. The integration of biological and ecological processes, balancing them so that all these use of synthetic fertilizer, pesticides, and so on will be put aside while we advocate organic production. From the title of this presentation, we 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 have sustainable agriculture strengthening. So there are many of such things that have been done before. What we are trying to establish here is that these practices that have been done before or they are running now are not adequate. They are not enough for us to say that we are really practicing sustainable agriculture. So I will also give some of those things that have been done. Then we now go to the next topic. There are examples of frameworks which are lined up. There is a SAN. SAN is Sustainable Agriculture Network. They have their own focus, participatory sustainable agricultural development. Then the Nestle Agriculture Framework. Nestle has a framework where they support farmers. They provide technical and financial support for their production. Most of the time, they do that at the end of their production, they buy the products from them. That is a framework. Then we have the TBL, triple bottom line. This one concentrates on the people, the planet, and profit, which is the same thing as we dealing with the environment, the social, and the economic. So, in essence, a sustainable agriculture framework provides a roadmap for creating agriculture systems that are both environmentally sound, answering food security, while safeguarding the natural world for the future and enhancing the well-being of communities. I believe you are following me. Okay, so that's about agriculture. Why are we doing all that? We want to produce, we want food to be available. For what? So that we can have sustainable food security. So, what is food security? If I ask the agricultural students now, what is food security? Since it's not a class, I won't call you. If not, I will call somebody and he will talk. You're covering yourself. Food security exists. See, there was a time I asked my students, younger one, I think they were just in 200 level, what's food security? He said it is food that is secured. Secured from what? From rodents, from this. Food security. So, food security exists when all people at all times have physical, social, and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and preferences for an active and healthy life. Food security does not mean secured food, though you can explain it. But if I'm having food, it means it's secured. Or it's beyond the food, there's food I'm eating. Any food I eat is beyond that. It's beyond that. The quality must be there. The quantity must be there. The dietary diversity must be there. If you want healthy life, everything must be present in your body. And you get that. And so when you have sustainable agriculture, which we have gone through, it comes down, provide them, and food security will show us how we can get them into our system. So that's food security. Sustainable food security means ensuring that everyone has access to enough, listen, to enough safe and nutritious food now and in the future without compromising the environment, social equity, or economic stability. Everybody, it is not give the big fish in the soup to grandpa. No, the head of the fish goes to the head of the house. No, the food is not enough. And give the daddy and mommy. Children go and drink gari. No. He said everybody must have access to enough safe, not the one that flies have been dancing up and down. No. Safe, nutritious. You have it now and in the future without destroying your environment. That is sustainable food security. So, sustainability transforms food security from a short-term goal to a long-term commitment that safeguards ecosystem while feeding the world. While you are feeding the world, but your ecosystem is safeguarded, is not destroyed. It is a pity. It's very much pitiful that the so-called urbanization has taken all our land from us, agriculture. If you enter everywhere, you are seeing estates, estates, estates. They have grabbed our land. And if we don't come up with our practices so that we can take our land back, we will be stranded. Despite the fact that Nigeria has a lot of land which is cultivatable. But we are leaving it for all those business people. They are building skyscrapers. You go to, oh my God. I used to be at Ekpe sometime. There was land everywhere. This my dear lady works in Ekpe with Yaba, the agricultural department. So I went there once. I said, where is the land now? I was here some years ago and there was land everywhere. Now I'm seeing estates, buildings. So where are we going to get the food from? We have to work out our salvation with what? Trembling. So we are saying that sustainability transforms food security from a short-term goal to a long-term commitment that safeguards ecosystems while feeding the world. This supports SDG 2. SDG 2, which Lagos State? Look, I'm in love with Lagos State. Oh, I'm telling you. I am telling you. It's not because I came today. Oh. I have read about them and their food system. They are the ones that are after this sustainable food security. So I need to acknowledge them. That's why I push them into my write-up. This supports SDG 2, which Lagos State has admirably embraced with the 5-year agricultural and food system roadmap, 2021 to 2025. They have Lagos Central Food Security System and Logistic Hub. They have the Lagos food bank. They have what they call New Plan and Edu Food. I don't know their operations there, but I saw this. I read about it some months back. When they now gave me this, I said, in Lagos State now, their food security is bomb. Maybe I will just add small thing for them. You know what? Yeah, Lagosian, tell them. Let them go and put their hand into the fish area. Lagos doesn't have much land. Yeah, they are the ones good in food security, but they have water bodies. Go. Those that you know that are in authority, let them see what they can do. Bring out technologies and get the name for being self-sufficient in fish production. All right. So the food security has four, four key areas. And normally we call them the food security pillars for those of you that have done food security. They are availability, accessibility, utilization, and stability. What is availability? The availability is what we have been talking about. So that agriculture can produce enough. Food has to be available before the pillars. I put them in to me. Oh, this is my own ranking in their order. If there is no food available, there is no accessibility, there is no utilization, there is no stability. So availability is the key pillar for food security. Food must be available for others to pick up. Then accessibility, that has to do with accessing the food economically, accessing the food physically. Are there roads to where I can get the food? Do we have markets that in our community that we can get the type of food that we need? And if the markets are there, do I have the income? Do I have the money? That's the economic accessibility. If I even have the money, what about the price of the food? And my money take care of it. So that is accessibility. Then we have utilization, where people have the knowledge and resources to choose, prepare, and consume safe and nutritious food. This addresses issues like dietary diversity. You have to have access to different types of diet to be able to get the nutrition you need. Then food safety and nutritional awareness, including cultural links. There are some cultures that have their rules and laws that you cannot eat this, you cannot eat that. Then the fourth one is stability. Food security is not just a temporary condition, but a consistent state that is resilient to disruptions. Whether climate change or no climate change, you must be food secure. Whether economic instability, Nigeria money system, economic system, poverty, you must be food secure. So food security is not a temporary condition. So how do we make it so that it can remain stable, so that everybody keeps enjoying the... So the concept of sustainable food security is important because our traditional food system often prioritize short-term gains at the expense of their long-term viability. They don't think of tomorrow. You see it today, we eat it. So you need to make conscious effort to make it a long-term issue. Sustainable food security recognizes that environmental sustainability is crucial and essential for maintaining healthy ecosystem, and at the same time ensuring long-term food production. The concept of... did I jump anyone? Okay, let me go back. The concept of sustainable food security is important, I've said, because sustainable food security recognizes environmental sustainability and at the same time long-term food production. Oh, my system is trying to hook. Done. Okay. Social equity is vital. That's what a sustainable food security recognizes. Economic viability is also crucial and very necessary. So sustainable food security must be profitable, while the product that comes out of it is affordable to consumers. In summary, this is summary of sustainable food security. I have not finished. Let's go along so that it will not be boring to you, right? In summary, sustainable food security is all about creating a food system that is environmentally friendly, socially just, ensuring that everyone has access to food they need in quantity and in quality today and for generations to come. So the strategies to achieve sustainable food security, so they include strengthening safety nets, give emergency support. Sir, yesterday you said Bank of Industry was in attendance online. I hope that Bank of Agriculture, BOA, is in attendance today because they must support the farmers financially. If they are not here, send it to them. So that strategy says give emergency financial support. And it is the BOA they should run to. So if they are not here, that message to them. They should support our farmers. If not, all the story we are talking is waste. We are making noise, right? And I pray we don't make noise. We say something useful. Then you address food insecurity using data. The digital natives beware of all this because it's database monitoring. Then global collaborations should collaborate with other nations. Promote farming with climate smart technologies, improve supply chains, and reduce post-harvest losses. Then improve food systems resilience. So if we do this and we are food secured, we will, of course, be grateful. But how do we get there? How do we get there? Sustainable agro innovations. Innovation is the driver of all that we are saying. So let's look that this research. I mean, this research fair is very, very apt. Very, very apt. Sustainable agro innovation, zero on precision agriculture. You could read them. Like I said, I put everything in the slide so that if you have access to, just get to the ICT people. They will provide, if you give them your email, they will send it to you. Precision agriculture using technologies like sensor, drones. We should go beyond. That's the reason why most of our children don't want to come and read agriculture. You apply for agriculture, say you want to go and carry cutlass and hoe. I will now use my salary to pay because of cutlass and hoe. You are not go and read medicine. Whereas they know that the medical doctor has poultry farm behind his house. He did not read agrico, he read medicine. He has garden that the wife makes vegetable from. He did not read agric because they think we cannot use all these technologies using drone data analytics to optimize resource use and improve crop yield. Agroforestry, I have explained before. Organic agriculture, I've explained before. Water management, I've explained before. Climate smart agriculture, yes. You are planting, you are wise using the same data, the same digital approach to attack climate change impacts. Digital technologies, leveraging on AI and all that. Then vertical farming, which is good for places where land is not readily available. Vertical farming, you plant crops on shelves on a vertical. They are not using land. Then water recycling and composting, trying to avoid inorganic fertilizer. Then biodegradable packaging from agricultural waste so that they can be they can dissolve. Then sustainable supply chains, of course, we must look at into our supply chains, crop rotation and cover, renewable energy, nanotechnology, and integrated pest management. The benefits of sustainable agro innovations: environmental sustainability, economic viability, social equity, climate change mitigation, precision agriculture. We have a lot of benefits from agro innovation. Now, with agro innovation, if you now increase your production, you don't take marketing into consideration, you will lose, because you will be producing and be throwing away because of the heavy um, post-harvest losses. So innovations in agricultural inputs and marketing are also crucial as drivers of sustainable agriculture. So you have niche marketing, supportive policies and market mechanism, community engagement, online marketing, and so on. So recent agricultural innovations reflect a sector in transformation. Like we were seeing yesterday, we are gradually transforming, and we will transform. We will surely get to the end. We will get our goal. So a sector in transformation where technology and ecology combine to create productive and sustainable systems. We are moving from autonomous, uh, sorry, yes, from crop spraying drones. We are now moving, in fact, advancing to using machines to even harvest. So once all these innovations come to the farmer, of course, the area will change. With the right partnership in place, sustainable agriculture can move from being a popular idea to a practical, widespread reality. We heard that yesterday, leading to the much sought for sustainable food security with the support of adequate agro innovations. I have intertwined the three of them. If you look at it, with the right partnerships in place, which is collaboration, sustainable agriculture can move from being popular, just a popular idea. No, and move from a popular idea to a practical, widespread reality, leading to the much sought for sustainable food security with support of adequate agro innovations. So, if we want to strengthen sustainability, we want to strengthen sustainable agriculture, sustainable food security, and sustainable agro innovation, it means that there's something on ground that proves that it is already there, that we just want to increase it or we want to improve on it. That's strengthening it. Is there, is weak, and we don't want it to remain weak. So I have tried to list out some of the things that Nigeria is already doing to tell us that yes, they too, they're after this sustainability. I have named them there. I may not read through. I know time has gone. She's giving me paper, but they told me I will do 1 hour. So I will finish. So all these are things that are already on ground. I have them under sustainable agriculture, under sustainable food security, and under agro innovations. These are things that programs and projects that the nation has put in place that have been working, but they are not giving us the results we want. That is why we need to strengthen it. And we will go now to see how do we strengthen it. Strengthening sustainability. There we come. You and I in the university. There we come. Research is the key to strengthening sustainability. This portrays the importance of this research fair we are in now, because it is research that drives innovation. Research, what is this place in all that we are discussing? One, research is the catalyst that strengthens sustainability by producing innovations, crop varieties, distribution models aligned with socioeconomic realities. See what research does. Please, most of us, I'm not seeing too many lecturers. Let us come out of add my name. Add my name. Let us do what we can use to practicalize what we are preaching. Not somebody has done some work, then you come from somewhere, say you want to publish tomorrow. Add my name. It doesn't work. I didn't try it. It doesn't work. Then research is also a high-speed driver of sustainable agriculture and food security and high efficiency innovations. By generating knowledge, developing innovative technologies, promoting the adoption of best practices, thereby enhancing a more resilient food system now and in the future. Research is a fact finder. It's research that looks for the facts. It's a fact finder for agriculture and food security to be strengthened. The relevance of research in establishing, strengthening, and maintaining sustainable agriculture that leads to adequate food production, then sustainable food security cannot be overemphasized. Research. The researcher, which is the gown, searches out the needed innovations, make them available to the industries and the communities, which is the town. The industries will help to add value to what research has brought out through those innovations. Then the community are the ones involved in spreading it and even consuming. So the research searches out the needed innovations and make them available to the industry and communities, which is town, to implement with government providing needed infrastructure and appropriate policies. Quadruple Helix. This represents the theme, which is the promotion of the Quadruple Helix collaboration. Nevertheless, research being in this research being this important, not only in agriculture, in other areas, it's not only in the food system, it must be adequately supported by the government at large to enable the smooth run of the fact-finding activities. If they are not supported, sorry, we cannot get there. If we sit down and analyze our research level with developed countries, what make them to be developed? A researcher will not do anything. They will just employ you as a researcher, give you office, give you all that you need to do the research and bring results for them. But yeah, if I want to do research, I've not gone to carry my child from school. I've not done this. I don't have seat to even sit. The lab, there is no reagent. How will we get the result? We need to put research where it belongs. So I say, nevertheless, being this important, it has to be attended to very well by the government. Then effective collaboration between government, academia, industry, and communities ensures research findings are translated into practice and not wasted. When Professor Katankwe was talking yesterday, I was wondering, I said, I did not see his work before. It's like I peeped into his work or he peeped into my work. We didn't have access, but he quoted all this. He quoted all this. Research we do and put it on the shelf as lecturers. After promotion, what's next? So, in conclusion, I'm already there, so don't worry. Summarily, we have looked at the concept of sustainability and we have established the link between sustainable agriculture, sustainable food security, sustainable agro-innovation, and research. Conclusively then, sustainable agriculture with the support of sustainable agro-innovation obtained from adequate, I want you to follow, I will repeat this, Conclusively, sustainable agriculture, with the support of sustainable agro-innovation obtained from adequate and appropriate research, leads to a sustainable food system that ensures sustainable food security, which is our ultimate goal. However, challenges militating against the achievement of this ultimate goal must be properly attended to. So that leads me to the recommendations I have. One, the basic recommendation here is for research to have its right place in the system of governance. Research has not gotten its right place. David said, I was young, now I'm old. I was young then, and now I'm old. I've not still seen research in its right place. So, young ones, as you are coming up, push this. Research must be in its right place. That's where we will grow. Otherwise, we will forever remain developing. Who is developing? You take admission and go abroad. You will be leading the class. The brain is there. So why are they more developed than us? Because they have all the means to pull out the innovations they have and translate them, like Prof said yesterday, into practical results. Be interested and do that. So it must have its right place in the system of governance, and research should be well funded by government to make it sustainable. To us, the researcher should focus on area of needs. Please don't just do research because you want to get a PhD and go, or you want to get papers for promotion. Look for the areas of needs. For your research to be relevant, you must focus on the area of needs, which is the benefit from research fairs like this, telling you what to do, what to do. Then farmers should be empowered through easy access to climate smart technologies and agro innovation platforms. Now, let our research directly address technologies that promote sustainable agriculture, searching out innovations that support sustainable food system and make results available to the community, thereby intertwining town and gown under government support. More importantly, our research work should be connected to reality. It shouldn't be abstract. There are reasons, Prof told us yesterday, why many people don't get the TED fund, what do you call it? Loans, when they give the grants, when that they give you for research, because your research does not connect to reality, abstract. So let our research connect to reality with social significance rather than the popular slogan in academic, publish or what? Perish. So all we do is do something. You can sit in your room and they'll be doing something and they are doing something. Before you know, they have 300 published articles. They did not publish anything. They did not research anywhere. Let's go beyond that level so that our publications can be reasonable. Because at the end of all that, when they have finished, where is the research work? Dust on the shelves. They are gathering dust. Final words. Sustainable agriculture is the bedrock for sustainable food security. Therefore, all production practices that advance sustainable agriculture, as discussed in this write-up, which includes smart agriculture and the rest, should be highly encouraged. And lastly, addressing the food distribution system and adopting a food distribution model that leaves no area in lack while other areas remain in the mess of glut leading to food waste is paramount. And I personally I've worked with cooperative a lot. That has been my focus. The cooperative governance model is very adequate for this type of food distribution system that can support sustainable food security. Sometimes it is not the food that is not there, it's the distribution that is bad. These people have food surplus, so they eat and throw away. These people don't have at all, but there is no way to link them. And the cooperative system is very good at that. Thank you very much for listening.
You go to your seat. You go to your seat. Right. Please, let's give her a standing ovation as she sits down. Where should I write? Spend time. Please be seated. Uh, did you miss anything? She spoke to us in such a way that we picked every point. And one of the things I learned from her is her connection of yesterday with today and bringing everything into clear, vivid reality for us. Thank you very much for that powerful presentation. You demanded to know if the Dean of School of Agriculture is in the audience. He's here, Professor Jurumi. And sitting beside you on the other side, on the right, is our Dean of Postgraduate School, Professor I.O. Olateju. The director of our medical center was also came in when Dr. Adiribi, please. So we are grateful for having this program moving on steadily, uninterrupted. And before I announce the next item, let me quickly say something about how we will break into parallel sessions. The groups of arts, humanities, and education will be moving to the postgraduate lecture hall, second floor, at the School of Transport. If you can't trek there, we transport you down there. Then for the group of biological and health sciences, those will be presenting on biological and health sciences will stay in this hall. And this place is called Adiremi Nakonjola Lecture Theatre. This is where you do yours. Then others in physical science and engineering will also go to the second floor conference room, School of Transport. And for social and management sciences, you move to the School of Transport and you stay in one of the undergraduate lecture halls on the ground floor for your presentation. Everything is well arranged and well set. Now, before we part away from here, as our tradition, we don't invite guests to serve us and we leave them to go away without a token of appreciation. So it is the time now to appreciate our guest lecturer, Professor Grace O. Alufohai. And I'm going to invite the duo of Professor Adenike and Professor Olateju to offer this. Why I'm inviting both of them is the strength of the lecture. You can see. Then she has to be honored by two powerful professors of the university. And Prof. Ma, you actually wanted the Dean of of a School of Agriculture to witness this, to stand up. Now, before I bring him, I'm going to bring the Dean of Environmental Sciences to join them, and you are going to Professor Ojuru. Okay, punishment has been served. His punishment has been served. Please join them. So the director, please, you can approach the DVC for, yes, please, everybody give them a big round of applause. By the time she comes to LASU again, I would have been a farmer because she already told me how to be one.
Okay, thank you. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor of this great university, Professor Ibiyemi Bilola Olatunji FNLI NPOM, we present this award of excellence to you, ma'am, for the attendance and for the delivery of your lecture as our guest lecturer. Thank you very much for coming. And God bless. We appreciate it.
Yes, our students can also join up here for a photograph. Please come upstairs. Come up, come up, come up. Yes, have former PhD students. And they've been here since yesterday too. Yes. It's one of the- Mhm. Well, she wants to stand beside mommy, yeah. Thank you very much. Well, that's done. In a matter of moments, we'll be breaking out into interactive sessions. And sorry, we will be breaking into parallel sessions. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So by the time we finish with the scientific presentations at the various sessions, we are all expected back into this hall at 3 p.m. for the closing remark. You don't want to miss the closing remark. It's the closing ceremony, I meant to say. Our closing ceremony is usually a time to present awards to best scientific presentations. And then you also listen to the farewell message from our Vice Chancellor, Professor Ibiyemi Ibilola Olatunji Bello. I'm sure you are willing to leave the hall now, but you can't go to those venues for the parallel sessions without your lunch. Therefore, come with your meal tickets to the shed there for lunch. And at 3 p.m., we'll all be back into this hall for the closing remark. Thank you very much. Enjoy your break time. And for those of you who have presentations that are going to be featured as PowerPoints, approach the UMC over there with your flash so that your slides can be recorded and well presented. Thank you very much and have a wonderful afternoon.
There are buses outside for those that want to move to School of Transport. Join any of those buses.
I go now, go there, things I don't know. Minimum, dying, they move me, they lead me. Oh, on God, mine is made up. Of course, not going back. Non-stop, on course. It's gone, but I'm through. I think that in one tech, draw to God. I'm not in the top. Starting from his hand. If I just know what you need. Makes sense. So, wait, my turn. It's already too late. So, I've already come too far. It's already too late. So, we will spend the billion. We'll spend the billion. We'll spend for Jesus. We'll spend for Jesus. They will shift the culture. We hear the thing. We will visit them. Transform the nation. Transform the nation. We will keep the world. We spend the billion. We will spend for Jesus. We'll spend for Jesus. They will shift the culture. We hear the thing. We will visit them. Transform the nation.